Hi, my name is Jacob Johnson, and this is Side Conversations. Okay, so I was born in Texas. I was born outside of Houston and Katy, and then I was raised in Nashville, Tennessee. So I was like 5 months old when I got to Nashville. You know, I should claim Nashville. It's a really up and coming city right now. But I spent my summers in Texas as a young boy up until I was like 12 or 13. But every summer I'd spend the whole summer there with my grandparents. And I learned loyalty to friends, and I learned to stand up for yourself and others when the right time comes, and through that I probably learned choose your battles too. I think I probably learned to choose my battles, and then just being raised with my family and the people that I surrounded myself with, love everyone. It was a huge lesson that I learned, to accept everybody and to see both sides of the coin, and to look at the individual for who they are, and not necessarily the stereotypes or the labels that other people put on an individual. I think is something that I learned, you know. Oh my goodness, the reason I chose acting, that's so detailed. I don't know. I just my brother told me to try it one time, and I tried it, and I was able to escape, and I was able to become a completely different person, and I was able to devote myself to something wholeheartedly, my heart, my spirit, my soul, my physical body. I was able to transform into something that I wasn't, or say things that I maybe wouldn't have the courage to say, or something and so it was just this escape, and then it eventually has turned into this idea of identifying myself through these characters, and that doesn't mean necessarily getting lost in them and thinking that I'm them. It's what is their truth and what is my truth, and how do those correlate, and where does this leave me in my life? How can this inform my questions about who I am? So it's changed from this idea of escaping and having fun to this I can make a difference in myself and those around me by the work that I create. There's one experience that comes to mind where I think that I worked with a director that I love working with. She's super talented. I think that she's going to have an amazing career. And at some point, I talked about not getting lost in the character, and not, learning things about myself, but not necessarily losing myself in the character. And I think that during this process, I was working on a show that I related to so much in myself, in my ideas and my thoughts, in my questioning of who I was and my personality, that I kind of let that take control. And I started to, and this was on me, this was my own mistake, and this was letting myself take home everything at the end of the day, and then bringing it back into the workspace afterwards. So that's one of the bad experiences, is letting the character get to you, or letting the script get to you, letting the stress get to you, and then it just makes a bad environment for everyone. So I think that's one bad experience. I think another bad experience is I've faced a lot of adversity, and I'm a very, very passionate person. You've seen that. I really love what I love, and this. And for a while there, I let people not let me love what I love. I let people tell me, well, you're too intense, or you're being too blunt, or you're being too straightforward. And I've learned my lesson since then in caring for the ensemble, caring for the other artists, and being sensitive to their feelings, and trying to really watch how I articulate things so as to not hurt somebody. But the bad in the acting is that sometimes personalities or egos collide, and it can bring down a person to a level where maybe they don't want to create anymore. And I think that can be a struggle, and that can be an obstacle to climb over. But I've since been working on it, and I've since been okay, well, no, I'm not gonna be forgiving on how passionate I am about this. I'm not gonna be forgiving on my work ethic. I'm gonna be wholeheartedly myself and know that at the end of the day, I know what's right for me, and yeah. I've even had somebody, I had my best friend, his name is Cole, and I had him, I'm taking 6 months off right now, and I had him look at me one night, and he's like, dude, no matter what you do, you're going to be involved in the creative arts. He's like, you're going to be doing this. He's like, you're going to take 6 months off, you're going to do your thing. But he's like, that's who he met when he first met me, and that's who he knows is inside me. And so it's like really nice to be surrounded by people too who know that passionate side is there, and like I'm gonna let my light shine. Like it might take a while, but it's gonna shine, and I'm gonna be passionate about that. Yeah, I would say wholeheartedly be yourself. Don't forget the long haul. And then I would say your body is a temple, and treat it like one.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. And so can you go in a little bit more about what you mean about the long haul? It could be a sentence, but like that resonated so much. Because I think this generation now wants to rush everything, and there's no patience. So I probably said what you were gonna say, but like long haul, and what do you mean by that?
So, if you want to take a year off from school, take a year off from school and work. If you have 4 years at college, like college is but this bit of your 100-year life. It's but a moment, and enjoy it, and have those moments of being young, and have those experiences of being young and being in a city or being wherever you are, and don't take those for granted, and just like breathe, because it will work out eventually. If you need to take some time off, take some time off. Be in it for the long haul. They say that the actors who make it are the actors who stick with it. It's not overnight sensations that blow up in Hollywood. Really? I mean, if they're my age, if they're 22 and they just blew up, chances are they've been in Hollywood for like 5 to 6 years. I think that like this new guy, Timothy Chalamet, he's like blowing up right now, and everybody's like, where did he come from? And I've like been watching interviews. The guy's been in Hollywood auditioning for stuff for like a few years now, and he just then got through, and like he's not an overnight sensation. He's been in Hollywood working his butt off, acting with the actors and going to acting classes with all the other actors that are his age in the city. Like, be in it for the long haul and know that something will come.
Yeah, stick with it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to stick with it.
Yeah. Yes, it happened about 2 years ago. Well, a year from this past Christmas, so about a year and a half. I met my oldest brother, Jacob. And Jacob had been put up for adoption by my mom, and she was, younger, and he ended up getting put into adoption through our church services, and there was no contact that was given. And it's someone that my mom had thought about a lot, me and my mom had conversations about. And then my grandma was on our church website doing genealogy, and he was on there doing genealogy, trying to figure out who he was related to, and they matched up, and he messaged my grandma, and the next day my mom got a call from Jacob, and he has been the biggest blessing to not only me, but my family, my brothers, and my mom so much. Like, he has been such a light. And he's been such a light for me in that he majored in theater, and he has all of this life experience on what I've done. And he's someone that connects to me in a very spiritual way that I don't really connect with anybody else through. And he's able to bring some perspective to me and my brother's relationships and bring us closer and make sure that we tell each other that we love each other and accept each other for our differences. And then my mom has, a best new friend that like, I think she's always kind of wanted that friend, and Jacob has been that friend for her, and it's just like, couldn't be more blessed.
do some speed round questions. They're going to be really quick. Answer them as fast as you can.
Okay.
If you need to take your time, cool. All right. First question. Good food.
Chilaquiles, I hope I pronounced that right. It's a Mexican breakfast dish with scrambled eggs, tortilla chips inside, and like, yeah, I had it this morning. It was so good.
Good color.
Blue.
Good song on your playlist right now.
Sad Forever by Love. I like him. He's really good. It's very poppy, but no shame.
Good season.
Autumn.
Good day. Like a good day for Jake.
Today.
Good actor.
Ooh. Tom Hardy. Robert De Niro. Meryl Streep. Brie Larson. I can name these off them.
Good clothing brand.
Lucky Brand jeans.
Good artist you're inspired by.
Love. Again, the singer. I really like the music that he makes. Yeah, he's very honest.
Good sport.
Wrestling. Did that in high school. Great sport.
Good stage play.
Ooh, a play called Cock by Mike Bartlett. It's a great play.